Hello, welcome back to my vlog. I've been busy sewing, so I haven't been putting much up. So without further ado, I will get on with my June and July makes and my August plans. Right, so the first make I made for a concert that I went to with my mum, and it was, I've forgotten now, Rumour, and who's a singer that sings Never Gonna Give You Up? Him. So yeah, I bought those tickets for my mum for Christmas, and I thought I'd make a dress, and I made the Kennedy dress. And I had this lovely material, and I made it, and I wore it, but I felt it was a bit too long, so I took it up. But when I was hemming it, I accidentally snipped above the hem, so I had to re-hem it higher, and it was just very short for me. So what I did was I added some lace. So let me try and show you. This is a bit tricky, but see, it's cotton lace, and I think it's 10 centimetres width. And it was lovely, and I wore it quite a few times. But I did the one thing that I don't usually do. Well, I usually wash all my material, and I hadn't washed this material. I thought I'd wing it because I was a bit in a bit of a rush at the time, and it shrank. So I will put a photo up of me, but I'm not particularly happy with it. I mean, it is a bit too short. I have worn it out, and I just feel a bit self-conscious, you know, when you keep pulling the dress down. So I don't know whether I'm going to wear it as a tunic with leggings, or whether I'm going to try and put something else on the bottom. But all in all, I love the Kennedy dress. It's lovely. It's a lovely drapey fabric, and I put flutter sleeves on, which are very flattering when you've got the bigger top arms. But I'll put a photo up. So that was my first make, and I was really pleased with it at first. I loved it once the lace is on. I was so upset when I took it out of the washing. The second thing I'm going to show you, and these aren't in order, I've made 4 selfless makes this month, and I made 2 pairs of boxerwear by Stitch Upon a Time. And sorry, the Kennedy dresses by Seamwork. If you don't subscribe to the magazine, it's I think it's $6 a month, and you get 2 free. It's an online magazine, and you get 2 free credits for patterns, and they do patterns that should take you 3 hours to make, within 3 hours to make, and I've found them really straightforward so far, but I'll show you my other make from Seamwork in a minute. So these are the boxers. They are clean. I don't know if you can really see them. So that was the first pair. That was sort of my wearable muslin, and the star of the show. Well, the reason that I made the wearable muslin was to use this fabric. So fox fabric that I bought, and instead of an elastic waistband, I did a jersey band, and I'm really pleased with these. I even put a little tag, but I put it on really badly. But you know, he was pleased with it. It was for our 2-year anniversary, so just thought I'd make him something sort of personal and special. So that was that. Right, my other Seamwork make was the Loretta. This is quite a recent pattern. The Kennedy is an older one, and if you do subscribe to Seamwork, you get Kennedy as a free pattern plus your 2 credits. So the Loretta, now I wanted to try it out before I used any expensive fabric, like with the boxers. I bought this very cheap sort of linen from eBay, and I made this. You can't really see it, but I will put pictures on. And I had a bit of a problem with the elastic because it tells you what to do, but then when I had it, it just sort of drooped so far down, and I wasn't happy at all. So I took it in, but I think I've taken it in too much, because when you have it across the shoulders, it just keeps edging up. It may in time sort of settle, but it's got a nice sort of big sleeve, and it's very loose fitting. And as soon as I'd seen the top, because they do a top and a tunic version, I thought you could just have that as a dress, just lengthen it and make it into a dress. I was given this material, and the actual proper side is this dark blue, but I liked the lighter side, more paler side, so I made a dress version, and I'll put photos, but I took less of the elastic. I still took the elastic in again, but I took less of it, and I really like it. It's like a crepe material, and it's just so floaty and nice, and perfect for a summer's evening. So yeah, I got given that material, so I don't know where it's from, but it's a really nice floaty. So that dress works with, it would probably work with stiffer linens, but with a floaty one, I think it's probably a little bit more flattering, and it hides all the bumps that, you know, ladies like me like to hide. Right, so I plan to make, actually I'll show you my daughter's one first, because that's the order I did it in. Patterns for Pirates do some lovely patterns, and they do often they'll do a child's and a mum's version, and they do this fave tee, but it also comes, the pattern, with a dress lines on the pattern. So that's what I did. I made two dresses. The first was also material given to me. Unfortunately I can't show either of those dresses because my daughter's not with me and the dresses are with her, so at the moment, so I will try, and I think I've got some photos, so I will put them at the end. But this is the material that I used for the first one. It's a white with a red polka dot jersey, and I did the version which has a longer back. It's got a curved hem, but the back is longer than the front, and it does look a bit like a nightdress, but she loves it. So, and she said, "Mummy, I can wear it as a nightdress and a dress." So I'm happy. If she's happy, I'm happy. I want her to develop her own sort of style. I don't want to dictate to her. So I made that, and then I was given that fabric, so I thought I would use that fabric before I used fabric that I bought at Sewmance in Brighton. It was fairly expensive for me, for jersey. Again, I can't show you the dress. This is the material. It's lovely sort of vintage kitten material, and I made a dress, but instead of curving it, I gave it straight hem, and it does look a lot more like a dress, and she loves that. So yeah, they were another two selfless makes. So I wanted to make, I really wanted like a t-shirt. Well, I should explain something, right? So this is the fave tee, and again they do a dress version, and it's sort of like a knee length and curved hems. I think you can do it straight, but I did curved hems. I have some material that's like a sunset on a beach, and I'm trying to work out what I can do with that. And in my mind I'm thinking I can do just a very plain t-shirt maxi dress to make the most of the whole scene, because it's a very large scene, there's no repetition. So I've been trying to build up to that. So the first thing was, right, let's make a normal t-shirt dress. So I will use this as a t-shirt pattern because it's a very good pattern, very straightforward. And I made it, I made it in the same material that I made the boxers, the first pair of boxers. It's in this blue material. Let me try it here. As my first attempt at a V-neck, it wasn't entirely successful, but I was quite happy with how it came out. I did it on my overlocker. That's one thing that I've started using my overlock again. I was going to wait until I had a course last October. Even the instructor couldn't sort out the tensions. So I booked the Great British Sewing Bee. I'd booked another overlocker course and I was going to give it another go then. But I thought, oh, I'll just try it because it's so much easier doing jersey. And I watched Jamie's video. It's the Lidl, sorry, I'm giving you so much information. The Lidl Singer Overlocker. I think I bought it for £130 last summer. And he's done some really good tutorials about that particular machine because a lot of people complain about it. So if you're having problems, look at his tutorials. He's a male Devon Sewing, I think. I'll try and put a link below to the tutorial that I used. There is a few. But yeah, again, this is a curved hem. I mean, you'll be able to see it in the picture. It's really difficult for me to show you now. But the reason I wanted to build up, I don't want to waste that sunset material. And so first of all, I needed to know that it wasn't going to cling to the bits that I don't want it to cling to. And I'm really pleased with this because it's quite flattering. I've got a tummy and big boobs, and it just hangs nicely off the boobs and skims over the tummy, and it looks nice, and I'm very pleased with that. So you're going to see a couple more versions after August. So my last make, and this was with material I had in my July So subscription surprise box. I think it was July, yeah. It's this top. If you can see, it's like a cotton, but it's got a burnt out effect on it. I usually wear I've worn it a few times, I usually wear a camisole underneath, but I wanted to show the full effect of the burnt out because it's a lovely material. And I made this Marilla Walker Mayer top. So it's very loose, but it's really nice because you've got facings and you're doing it with French seams, and yeah, see, there's a lot of technique in there. But there's definitely a top that I will make again. So they are my makes, and I will put photos after. Right, my plans for August. Right, my first plan is, I've been going through all my patterns recently, especially my PDF ones, and I printed this out a while ago. It's the Akita from Seamwork, and it's the one-piece blouse, and that sort of intrigues me a bit because it's the shoulders, there's no seam. So I'm interested to see how that works out. So I've chosen a fairly cheap material that I picked up on eBay. All these fabrics come from India. And there's some really interesting fabrics that you wouldn't necessarily see in a shop here. Well, I haven't, although I mean this is a fairly, I think this was like £3 something a metre. It's just a cotton, a white cotton with a red large polka dot on it, and that's going to be my wearable muslin. The reason that I looked for this particular seller on eBay was because someone in one of the groups I'm on Facebook, I think it's Sewing in the UK, or is it Sewing Natter in Kent, I can't remember, but one of them showed a picture of this lovely shift dress they had, which had a border print on it. It was lovely floral, and so I looked at that seller, and they had a couple of nice material. Unfortunately, that material was sold out, but they had a couple of nice other materials, and they were really cheap. I am stopping. I will do a fabric and pattern haul soon, and because I'm buying no more, can't buy any. So the next one is the cocoon dress, and I'm going to make the short sleeve version. I like the thought of this dress. I'm hoping it will be flattering, but I'm going to use the material again. This was from that same seller, and I think it was between £3 and £4 a metre, so not particularly expensive. It's like grey, but it's got a pale blue anchor. So I thought I'd try that with the cocoon dress, and I have some other material that if it is a pattern that I'm going to go back to, I've got some other material that I can use. Found this Hey June patterns, and I'm trying to think whether this was a free pattern. This might have been a free pattern, the Durango tank. I don't know. But I just wanted, sorry, I'm going to sneeze. Just want some nice sort of tanks, really. So I'm going to use leftover jersey, this jersey, just to see how it fits, and so that's the plan for that Durango tank. That's for me, and I'm going to see if I can find it. Excuse me. So I'm going to make a couple more of these. The next one is some material that I got from Girl Charlie, and so that was sort of for my wearable muslin, and I'm so pleased with the shape. I'm going to make exactly the same but in this material. I like purple, and then I'm going to extend it to a maxi length and see how that works in the maxi length. And I've got this beautiful material. This is from eBay, this sort of black background with sort of purpley pink flowers and leaves on it, and I think the seller was called Cheapest Fabrics UK. Again, it was very cheap. I do tend to, my first try of most patterns, I will go for a cheaper material, and I am a bit of a bargain hunter. So yeah, I'm going to do a maxi version and see how that comes out. But I do, if that doesn't work well as a maxi, I'll just shorten it because I like the material anyway. So that's a top, 3 dresses so far. My eldest daughter needs some pyjamas, so I was going to do a t-shirt and shorts set. I've got this pattern that says "Sew Like My Mum," and it's the coconut summer pyjama set, and I think this was free, another free pattern that I found. So I'm going to try that. I'm not actually sure if I'm going to do the shorts. I might do looser shorts and just base them on her existing ones. But I've got some material that I bought, and I only bought 1/2 metre, so I'm hoping it's it works. But it's this sort of mermaid and sea creature material, and I will see if I can get another pair out of this material and the red dotty material. So this material, I want to try and do her a few sets. And lastly, if I have time, and with all the scrappy bits of jersey that I'm going to accumulate, I'm going to try and do a few beanies. So it's Patterns for Pirates. It's a free pattern that you can get from their website, and I haven't tried it before, but rather than some of this material, I do really like this, and I just think it's going to be nice. I don't know whether I've got enough to make anything else, but I'll see. But if I've only got small amounts, I'm going to make some beanies. So that is the plans for August. I hope you like my makes. Thank you for all your comments and coming back, and please, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and see you soon. Thanks, bye.